maybe.
Are you streaming?
Yeah. Put it up.
If y'all just want to log on, I'll wait as long as possible to take my plays so y'all can tell me what plays he's running.
It should be the other way.
Should have put him on mute first.
Wow, 92 elusive. That's cute.
I'm on the way. I'm on the way.
How old is that Roy Williams guy?
Like 27?
My guy's only 23.
Oh, fascinating.
But is he there one?
EA Sports
I
coverage.
tried to
The
get Devin
NFL
back
takes us
this
to
year.
the StubHub
Almost
Center,
went through
20
with that trade and
miles
said
south
no.
of downtown LA.
Almost
Straight
had that.
ahead, we've got a
Florida
good one on
State
tap
player
here
back
Can't
between the Dallas
imagine Noel
Cowboys
almost
and the
taking
Los
him
Angeles
back to you.
Chargers.
Trust me, I gave a crazy offer. I think it was the first. It was like a
It's the
90-some
first
overall.
weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full
Oh, shit.
swing as
I
off
hate-
we go on
Yeah,
EA
can
Sports.
we fix his win
This will be
problem on
fielded
here?
at the 6.
Put it down top of your head.
Yeah, and he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
I'm having this win problem, gang. Every game I've played so far has to win against me.
Well, every time I play Miami, it's raining, and every time I make the playoffs, it's snowing. So welcome to my world.
What kind of noise?
Romo here on first down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Desmond King picks it. And the return will stop right around the 25. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you push yourself into errors. They've intimidated them, in a sense, and gotten the ball from them.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the
Funny, I have
outside,
this
trying to get to the
wide
perimeter, but not
receiver
a
that's
whole lot of
99,
room there. But there's
95
got to be
speed
one
and 90
positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And his throw here is incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Play action. Now it's Carr. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay one thing.
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
And this is not going to be anywhere close. No good, way wide to the left. And this will remain a scoreless game. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll scratch out only about a yard.
Yeah, doing 99 overall. I don't expect he's
And this is why
blocking
aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Oh, God, Taylor, it wasn't the last one.
Detroit! To throw on 2nd down is Romo.
Man, dude.
He was looking
Throw
to
an
get it down
accurate
and
pass.
runs that time. And that'll make it 3rd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Romo. And time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 18 yards there and a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the 50, it's Romo. On the left side, Gallup's got it. And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good game. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Throwing again is Romo. To the left side here for Eifert. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down.
I learned that from 2K. They used to call me
From the
Black Hole in the
34
game.
now, here's first and 10. A first down carry by Elliott.
Big win, good win.
Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish? Holding that to a minimal gain.
4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a third down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. After the run, now Romo going to throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Joey Bosa in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it'll be 4th down. And his kick is good. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead.
That's why you missed.
So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. Yeah, they were in field goal range last time out but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Well, blowing up to it.
On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves them with 3rd down and just a yard to go.
Brandon, after last week, we went over 200 yards. Looks like the hot tub, cold tub, whatever he did, it worked pretty well.
Much chatter about that performance. Rightfully so. AFC Offensive Player of the Week. They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And it's complete. Henry. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork. On 1st down, Carr
Sets up the screen to Gordon. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's second down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
Get off the block.
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Charger first.
The good old toss play, and this time they go to the left side, so give a lot of credit to the offensive line. Center, guard, tackle, able to seal that side. But the guy that we don't give enough credit to, wide receivers. They have to do a great job of blocking downfield, otherwise that play can be sealed.
This is what he taught me to do. Run, run, run.
Carr to throw on second down. And that's complete to the right side. It's Allen. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Shotgun now for Carr. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble.
Plays like this when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, the teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So 2 missed field goals for him now, and that's helped keep them with a big 0 on the scoreboard.
Well, it's not the only reason they have a 0. The offense has been bogged down a few times now, but it's certainly not helping the cause any at all.
And because they couldn't hit the long field goal, they are set up nicely offensively at the 41, 1st and 10. Here's Romo. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. 23 yards on the play.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain there as he kept it himself. It's second down.
I don't understand how you get 3 and you still stop me.
Have everybody pressing up.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. To the left side here for Eifert. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 18 yards there, down to the 18 and a first down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
From the red zone now, Romo being chased out left. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. On second down, Elliott. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a first and goal.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to run with.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
He gets it halfway there with that run. I think you play up-tempo, get right back on the line of scrimmage, and hammer at him again.
Second and goal from the 1.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll try the air now with Romo. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown.
If he wasn't stopped,
Tyler Eifert, his second touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Oh, you're kicking against the wind now, huh?
Here comes Ryan Switzer to return it. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The first update now out of Jacksonville. And the Jags, they're out to an early lead there. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
On 2nd down, here's Carr. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. On play action, now Carr. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions quote-unquote go away. And that means your defense, they've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now it's Romo off the bootleg. And the catch good. It's Eifert. And he's taken down inside the 30. He had their lone TD earlier. Now he's got a 1st down. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Southern California after this.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 1st down, they're going option left. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
No, there's a run.
Oh, there's a lead out. Get out of here still, man. Give me my sack. I play this game for sacks only.
No sacks allowed.
Here's Romo now on 2nd down.
No, fuck this shit.
Trevor Williams with a pick. And the
Fuck this shit, Madden.
at the 35-yard
That is
line.
fucking horseshit.
You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? Is biorhythms? What is it?
You had horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
6-18.
Now Gordon on 1st down. And he's got room. There goes Melvin Gordon. Touchdown, LA. Melvin Gordon Godwin, his fifth
Let's see if I
touchdown
can make
now
this
on the
too.
year. And the Chargers are able to make this a close game again.
Oh my God, what is going
The
on?
way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a
I
good
missed this
sign.
many kids
That
since I
takes me
started
back
playing
to our
Madden.
preseason tour of NFL camps.
I
Remember,
missed
we
three-
talked with
two
that one
field
coach who
goals
said his emphasis
and
this
an
year
extra
was
point.
scoring in the last
could've
2
been up
minutes
by
of a
field goal.
half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played.
Ow.
Dang, Caleb had no mercy on him, huh?
Detroit! Detroit!
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Now Romo hit, and he loses the
No,
football. He had
Madden,
a yard
stop.
out. And he's got some space here.
Stop giving him the fucking
At
game.
the end of the play. But prior to that, I liked a lot of what was
Yo,
going
how is he
on.
not
Tucks
touchdown,
it
by
down,
the way?
takes off, picks up good yardage.
With
But
that
in
many
that
people around
portion
him.
of the field, that close to the
Nobody
sideline,
touched
Step out.
yeah, either get down or get out of bounds. Take care of the ball.
Yeah, he had the yards, but then the mistake.
Oh, come
And this one's
on.
incomplete. He was looking
So
for his
sorry
tight
about that.
end, Hunter Henry, and that'll bring up second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
And able to get
What?
this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
I know
Nice
he's
job
trying
to
to
get
step
8
out
there
of
after
bounds,
the
bro.
incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and
still.
2 coming up. The Chargers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Down! Wide 88!
From the gun, it's Carr. That is caught at the
Stop
7-yard line.
Stop it.
It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. 1st down now, but that clock rolling.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the 1st half.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this 1st half.
Detroit! Detroit! No. Check. Patriots! Patriots! Detroit! Detroit!
On 2nd down, here's Romo. And an alley to run. Now Romo hit, and he loses the football. He had a yard out. And this is recovered by the Chargers.
Safety. Fuck off.
So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah,
I was going to just pick the ball, but I didn't.
and
Then
that's
I
where the
thought it was
penalty
safe.
occurred.
Yeah, I know he's so mad.
Oh, Riley, just watch the ball.
And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well. And they free kick it from the 20 now. Fielded at the 20.
Because I'm struggling with field goals.
So we have
For some reason.
We'll skip the highlight show this week.
We're going
Get
for
right
every
back to
4th
this
down,
week
man.
3 matchup.
Yeah, this one, that's what I'm thinking.
All right,
I'm about to
Coach,
just bring
thank
back
you.
my old
Welcome
school
everyone
few
back
songs
for
about to
quarter
come out
number
for every
3.
post. Damn.
It's crazy, man. It's the only way you get better, man. Be insane.
He's so mad, bro. Like, he's not even skipping it. He's not even, like, he's making me watch this whole
It's 10
thing.
to zip. Oh, it's 10 to 8. I'm about to say, what is it? It's 10 to zip, bro. What is he mad for? Never mind.
No,
Teams
just
are
watch the
ready
last
for the
minute,
fight ahead,
bro.
and we
Just watch the
resume
last
action
minute of
here
that
in
quarter.
quarter number
It was
3.
bad for him.
Switzer now to
Sick,
return.
yeah.
And he'll get it up to about
It
the
was bad. Just
26-yard
like,
line,
go
just
back
across
and watch
the
the last
25. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sean Robinson. Busting throw to get him for a loss of 6.
Let's go.
And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Now Carr. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
On 3rd and long, it's Carr. And he's got a man
Oh,
open.
he's
That's
more mad.
And they work this
He's going to be more mad.
45. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down
Oh,
conversion.
The goal for
Red,
any
I'm
offense
getting
versus
to
his
the
own
middle.
defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now a handoff. This is Gordon. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big. And what a catch there by Allen. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
That was a terrific catch. I mean, to go up there and get it one-handed like that, but I almost want to go into that riff about back in my day, the gloves weren't quite like this.
When did gloves really become prevalent, just in general?
I think in the 80s. I think as we started to move through the 80s, especially as we got towards the latter part of that. But a lot of those were really like baseball batting gloves to begin with not much of a tacky area on the glove. In fact, there was none. I actually remember in cold weather games wearing the old scuba gloves, which you'd wear in diving, but they would split too easily in the course of a game. Then the glove manufacturers got smart and started adding to it, and here we are today.
Get down. Lady. Low.
Now Carr throwing on 2nd down.
Yo.
That's a loss of 8 yards there to bring up 3rd.
Be safe, man. I'll try to be easy on that one.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
7:34.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
And we're into the 2nd half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off.
How much wind is there with them?
The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the 2nd half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game.
All right, now look at
Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see what the offense gets done.
A dump off to Elliott. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Always have
and a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. On the counter, Elliott. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Luke Kuechly combines speed, intelligence, toughness, puts it all together. It makes plays like one we just saw there. He may not be a big-time blitzer, but, boy, he knows how to pursue straight ahead and make plays in the run game.
Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. So they go from one 42-yard line to the other as they come up now 1st and 10. Now Tony Romo on 1st down. Drops it underneath to Elliott. A good move on the carry, but still brought down just inside the 40. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They'll run it here. This is James White. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. On 1st down, it's Romo. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested, and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. A shotgun snap for Romo. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
What a catch and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about
the Cowboys on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
In most cases on 3rd and short, you just try and move forward, stay in the middle of the field. But this offense must have seen something and thought they could get to the outside. Unfortunately, they weren't able to on that play.
And his kick is indeed good, and it's now 13-8. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football, Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. Following the penalty, here's Gordon. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
They go back to Gordon here on 1st down. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a Charger 1st down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
From midfield, here's Carr. Across the formation, he's got a man. That's Allen. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. Here's Carr to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. Now they'll pitch it out. This is Gordon. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. This is Gordon as they go to him again. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. 4-6 defense, they were daring him to run the football. They ran it. A little football 101. Take us through what the 4-6 defense is, Charles.
So what you're trying to do with your big defensive front is cover the interior offensive lineman, the center, and the 2 guards, and make it difficult if you even want to think about running the ball inside. If you can control them, that allows the linebackers and the safeties to run free and get to the ball carriers. And that play worked really well. No gain.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They start on the ground with Elliott. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
After the penalty, it's Elliott. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. To throw on second down is Romo. He sets to fire deep. It's caught inside the 25. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. The give is to Elliott. Breaks a tackle, and he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
This is Elliott, and he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. An ideal down and distance to try to finish this thing off. 2nd and inches. They'll pitch it out to Elliott. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
The false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. From the gun, Carr, he's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off near the 42. And now running right through it. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. A gain of 3, 2nd down. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, here's Romo. Looking deep for Elliott. And this is going to be intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a two-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Count them now, 6 interceptions between last week and this week. Now, the 3 picks last week helped them to a win. They're in the driver's seat once more.
And they're the ones that are doing all the leading, aren't they? Right? The 3 interceptions last week, that led to a victory. 3 interceptions so far in this game, that has them out in front. We often think of the offense driving things. In this case, it's the defense, not just holding teams, but creating big plays for themselves.
Well, as always, partner, an extreme pleasure to share a booth with you. I have to say, I am impressed at your discipline because you came here and you said you were not going to eat any of the media buffet. You made it to the end. You didn't consume a single calorie.
I appreciate that. What you missed is me going to the concession stand outside of your eyesight and getting it done that way. Look, I mean, they were serving the good stuff. I had to do it.
Oh, man, but you're svelte, in good shape, but you cheated a little bit. We'll let it slide.
I appreciate that. Always a pleasure to work with you.
So for the Cowboys, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll return home next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for the home team here, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll be off to Oakland next week for a date with the Raiders. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.